I am Kodili-nye. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone. We are here to discuss another blockbuster discussion about Nnewi and what Nnewi people represent. The Odogus of Nnewi, the great men and women of timber and caliber of Nnewi. The time for them to arise is now. They did it before and they are going to do it again. Thank you very much, new subscribers. I'm Kodili-nye. Returning subscribers, you are welcome back to the family. We are here again to discuss. Our discussion is very passionate and is a workable solution to the needs of the people, especially those who are requesting for these videos. And all subscribers, thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for staying true to us and supportive. And on this march and the journey in that success lane of great promise. Thank you once again. Remember to like, comment, turn on the notification button, share to your friends, and we are there for you always. Remember to subscribe whenever you watch this video. Subscribe, and God bless you. Continue to stay on. We are going to discuss. So we are going to discuss about so many things happening. You hear about coming back, investing home, doing this, doing that, bringing your investment home, land of prosperity, land of destination, not a departure launch, and all sorts of things that have been talked about, and how to bring the people to invest in the southeast again. And some people talking about insecurity, some people talking about all the things, and a lot of things have been talked about. Some people talk, oh, let there be infrastructure first, let there be this, let there be that. But we are going to discuss about the case for Nnewi and the Nnewi people, the men and women of timber and caliber from this great town called Nnewi, and what they represent, in all these things, in this clarion call for the rise of the Eastern Tiger, which also will bring an economic revolution, not only to the Eastern Nigeria, but to Nigeria and the whole of Africa. When a tiger is sleeping, it doesn't mean that the tiger is dead. When the tiger rises and roars, all the other animals start to run away. And the tiger is meant to dominate and to conquer. And that tiger or lion must always rise from his bed, from his sleeping. And when he come up, the glory of the lion follows him wherever he goes. So that's what we're going to discuss tonight. And stay tuned with us, and we are going to discuss it in fullest. Yeah, we are going to I am Kodili-nye. We are going to keep on discussing about the need for Nnewi and the Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber to rise, and the significance of innocent Chimdiaso Chukwuma to this great move. You could recall that after the Civil War, a lot of people from the East lost a lot of things to the pogrom and the devastation of that cruel and genocidal war. And that war cost a lot of life and properties and render a lot of people useless. And after this war, there was hunger in the land, there was hopelessness. And a lot of things happened. A lot of Nnewi people, men and women of timber and caliber, that invested all over the place in Nigeria, lost most of their investment. And the Igwe Orizu and the others gathered the people and talked to them that they need, that this great town of Anedo has to do something different this time around, that they can bring those cities, those things they are doing away from Nnewi to Nnewi. And there was a spirited effort to this, and a lot of passion was deployed to bring these things to pass. And after some few years, the result was so pronounced that even a lot of the cities that there was no war impact on them in Nigeria started feeling about Nnewi, and the Nnewi completely transformed. Although the people was driving force on this, the government were nowhere to be found. So, and this was a great and a passionate effort by the people that determined not to fail. And they cannot fail. And they think they cannot fail, and that's why they did not fail. And the result is still evident till today. Many years ago, after many years. And the result is that even now in the present Nigeria, this great town of Nnewi has the highest number of billionaires of any known town in Nigeria, and have the more men and women that are industrialists than anywhere in Nigeria or in African continent from a single place. So the result is so much that they also have more of professors, which is not like that before. That most of the places in Nigeria at the moment, because of the wealth, they have a lot of people. So that's what can happen. So a day ago, the governor of Anambra State visited Nnewi Innocent production line, the old and the new production line that is still under construction. And he talked about the mistakes of the past. The mistakes of the past, which I enumerated a little bit with what I just said. And that mistake was Nnewi people was developing, but the government is nowhere to be found. The government that's supposed to be partners and the driving force in any economic development were nowhere to be found. And he said that mistake should not be allowed to happen again, that he is not going to allow it to happen again. Because that mistake caused a lot of big industries to go down in Nnewi. And many of Nnewi timber and caliber that were predominantly doing very well in Nnewi started relocated their factory and industries and business consigned to other places. And this mark the exodus of wealth creation ventures from the East. And this has caused a lot of problem, unemployment, and caused a lot of envy. This has caused a lot of envy and a lot of things. And this has caused also people not to respect or to honor people from the East. Because when the people are talking, oh, we are developing this place, they will not ask you, why did your homeland not have all those things first? Why is your land so much like a desert or a deserted place? That they thought that charity begins at home. That if you are developing other place, show us your own land, how you develop it. And the people of the East was being ridiculed and cajoled all over the place for no reason at all. But this has become an eye-opener. That's why we are discussing about this tonight. I am Kodili-nye. Remember to share this video, because this video is going to awaken a lot of sleeping giants. The reality and the importance of Nnewi and Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber to rise, to return back to what they did before. Nnewi and Nnewi men and timber of caliber they are a divine project for a divine purpose. They are the heart of the East, the Eastern tiger that are going to economic tiger and technological tiger and the revolution that is going to hit the whole Nigeria. Unless this heart start to pump the blood, start to circulate the blood, the Eastern tiger cannot arise. The Eastern tiger cannot arise. The journey of Mr. Chukwuma Soludo to Nnewi is something of divine. It's something that people don't understand what that means, that journey means. Maybe he might not have understood what he said and why he take that step. He might not know about it. But I'm going to tell you the step he took and what need to be done for the sleeping tiger or sleeping lion to rise, to awaken the sleeping giant. So you can say that Nigeria is sleeping. They call Nigeria a giant. But the giant of Nigeria cannot arise if the Eastern tiger and the heart of it is not risen, is not awakened. The passion, the circulation of that nation, if it's not reawakened, Nigeria will remain a sleeping giant. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the importance of Nnewi to the economic and technological revival of the East and Nigeria as a whole. So if we understood this, it means that we must pay more attention to all the odogus that's from Nnewi that's scattered all over the world. We need to do something concerning them. We need to bring to their attention, we need to waken them up, because immediately we waken them up, like the lion, like the tiger, that will roar, that will arise and start to dominate everywhere and start to create an economic boom that has never been seen before, that can revive the eastern Nigeria and the whole Nigeria as a whole, with tremendous technological transfer and technological greatness. So that's why we are discussing about this. That's why we are discussing about this. I don't know what's your opinion on this, but before we continue, I want to hear from you wherever you're watching this video. Remember to comment. Comment, because if you don't comment, it seems that we are wasting our time. And we appreciate your views and we want your views to be heard. Remember to comment. Remember to subscribe. When you subscribe, you help this channel to grow more and more and stronger. We want 1,000 people to subscribe after listening to this. After listening to this, we need 1,000 people to subscribe immediately. Once you listen to this, 1,000 subscribers, that's what we need for this video. So if you are going to promise us for this, we will be more courageous to say a lot of other things that will change the narrative. The narrative of Eastern or Anambra State or Alibo can be changed within just 4 years. It's going to be changed within 4 years. If we key into what we are discussing here, the knowledge, the eye opener we are doing here. We are just opening the eyes. We are here to open the eyes of many people. Forget about the derailment of some few years now. But let me tell you, those the derailment is going to pass away. They are moving away. The wind is going to blow it away. It was a calculated mistake. It was a calculated mistake. But we have made the mistake. But now is the time to move to another direction. And that direction is what we started after the Civil War. The Nnewi people led from the front. The Nnewi men of timber and caliber led from the front. So, and one man that is representing that mightily is Innocent Chimdiaso Chukwuma, the Innocent Group Chairman. You can see how he's waxing strong. He has seen how he's moving. So that's a picture that has to be painted to many of those men and women of timber and caliber, the Odogus, Nukwadas of Nnewi, that the time to rise is now. We are going to call on we are going to call their soul back to their land. We are going to call them back. We are going to call them to do exactly what they did before. Kudos to many of them that did this. The Ibetos, the Kotebs. Many of them. Kudos to Orizu, Igwe Orizu, and many others. So that's what we are discussing tonight. And that's the impetus. And that's the importance also of the visit of Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, to Nnewi. So I don't think he knows about this. He might be looking on the political side, but let me tell you what he's doing is going to change a lot of things. Mark my word today. What he's doing is going to change a lot of things, because what is doing is actually not just a physical project, but it's also a spiritual project. Because I'm going to give you instances of what is going to happen. I'm going to give you a clue what is going to happen. I'm going to give you a clue. Stay tuned. I am called the Nnewi. So first of all, for those that do not know where Nnewi is in Anambra State, in southeast of Nigeria and West Africa. Nnewi is popularly known as Anedo. And many of the important men and women from there are Ojukwu, Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, Igwe Orizu, Nwafọ Orizu. You have Innocent Chimdiaso Chukwuma. You have Ibeto, and many others. These are people, some of the people, thousands of people, billionaires that are from Nnewi. You have also Cosmas Madoka, the chairman of Kochali's group, is from Nnewi. Many people do not know that he's from Nnewi, but I can categorically tell you that the Kochali's group chairman is from Nnewi. So now, we are going to start the second stage of our discussion on Nnewi, the importance of Nnewi to the economic, technological, and social change of Eastern Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole. Nnewi, the heart of Nigeria, economic development, and the need to reawaken men and women of timber and caliber of Nnewi. Welcome back. I am called the Nnewi. Remember, we are looking at a 1,000 subscribers for this video. 1,000 subscribers. Share to many people. Share to many people, because this video is going to cause a great revolution. It's going to cause a great revolution. And with your support, it's going to go viral. So Nnewi and Nnewi men and women, they represent the heart of Alibo, the heart of the East, the heart of Nigeria. And you know the importance of the heart. The heart is like the engine room. It's like the engine room. The heart is the engine room. And once the heart is the engine room, the heart, because it's the engine room, it has to help to circulate the blood that keep every other organs working. Every other organs working. So why am I talking the heart, the engine room? Nnewi, linking it to Nnewi. What I'm saying is that's why, you see, Nnewi is known for production of machineries. Motor. You know, motor move around. Motor, cars, all these things, they move around. You eventually see them also producing planes in the future, in the very nearest future. It will not be long, because the fact is this: if what Soludo is talking about, redressing the mistake of the past, starting it now, and he made one key mention, key word he said, which if he does, that one alone will actually, he has three things to do, but the main one he mentioned or he mentioned two anyway, but the other one he paraphrased it. But now let me continue talking about the heart, Nnewi, the engine, the heart of economic, technological, and social revolution in Nigeria. And you see the Nnewi also, when they battle for autonomy and decentralization of Nigeria, also started by Nnewi man, Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. So, because the fact is that, and Nnewi also is, they are the main logistic controllers of Nigeria. They control the logistic economy. They control it. So remember, the heart is for circulation. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense. The heart circulates the blood. It circulates. Basically, it controls everything. The brain cannot work because it's joined to the heart. The legs cannot work because the heart need to keep it moving. So that's why if the heart stop working, everything is shut down. And that's, I don't know if you are understanding what I'm talking about. When the heart shut down, everything shut down. So when Nnewi is not working, the men and women of timber and caliber is not working in the east, or they are not allowed to work. Not only that the east will be shut down, the whole Nigeria is shut down economically and technologically. That's why Nigeria has remained a sleeping giant. So let me talk about Anambra State, and let me talk about Anibo. There is no, we will be making noise, showing a lot of emotions. Oh, invest back at home, do this at home, bring your wealth home, bring your this thing home, do this home, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. All will be a waste if we don't redress the mistakes of the past. If we do not restart the heart, if we do not take care of the heart is where all these things started. The heart is basically Nnewi. Nnewi represent the heart, the circulation, the logistic hub, the industry, the machine, the machineries. Think about all those in the technology. And no country survive in oil alone. They have to survive in science and industry, science and technology. So, and Nnewi is the hub of Nigeria indigenous science and technology. So the country that dominated for a long time must have science and technology. And you can see what is happening in Nnewi. I bet you if you watch this video tonight or anytime in the morning, in the afternoon, this video need more than 1,000 subscribers. If you promise me that you are going to give this video 1,000 subscribers, it will actually give me more motive to be making this video. I don't want to waste my time making videos. I don't want to be talking a lot. I don't want to be a noisemaker, because making too much noise without people not appreciating it, it demoralizes you. So promise me by sharing this to more than 2,000 places, groups. Share this video to more than 2,000 groups and share it to 1 million people. So the least I expect from this video is 1,000 subscribers and a 1 million view. So 1 million people need to view this video. People from the east or any other place in Nigeria, need to view this video, because this video will completely change the not only Eastern Nigeria or Nnewi, but it's going to change the whole Nigeria if we understand the concept of and what Nnewi and the Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber, the Odogos, represent in this geographical spread called Nigeria and Eastern region. So, thank you very much for also having patience in watching this video. And before we continue, I love always to thank you for always spending time. So we will continue on this discussion. So now, Governor Chukwuma Soludo said, and I quote, that the mistake of the past should not be repeated. If you look at Nigeria, every aspect of Nigeria is dying. Every aspect of economic Nigeria political is dying. The Nigeria is getting into debt. Most of the companies are virtually dead. The politics, the judicial, everything is completely dead. There is a reason for this. There is a reason for this. So, and the reason is not far-fetched. Because if the heart has a cardiac arrest, what happens is that the body starts to shut down. I am using medical terms. Sorry for those that don't understand, but I'm just using medical terms. The heart or the engine, let me use the engine of a car. If the engine knock, the car totally shut down. Sometimes it's just start to shut down slowly and come to abrupt end. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that the mistake of the past should not be repeated. And that mistake of the past was done not only by the state government or regional government, but also the Nigerian government, and keep on making the same mistake over and over again. So that mistake continues. So you can't remove the heart from equation, be it physically, spiritually, anything at all. You can't remove it politically, economically, or socially. When you do that, what you do is that basically you cause a cardiac arrest. So that's exactly what you're experiencing in Nigeria. So even if Nigeria discover another mineral resources, Nigeria will not rise if it doesn't understand the concept, the importance of a heart. The economic heart is very, very vital to any society. The Chinese learn this thing, and the Chinese are moving and rising and rising. The Japanese, the same. The Taiwanese, Indians have learned this also, and they are moving up. But Nigeria has not learned this. People in the East has not learned this. The governors that ruled in the East have not learned this. So now, let me just give you an example to understand the scope of what I'm talking about. Governor Soludo talked about, I'm going to give you an instance where the quest for investing in the homeland, making the homeland livable and prosperous. So now we have over 500 to 1,000 industrialists scattered all over the world. What I mean industrialists, they are not doing buying and selling. They are producing one thing or the other. I mean the big ones. I'm not talking about the small scale. The small scale is running in thousands. So, and they are very innovative, and their ability to copy technologies from Western and the Eastern world, cannot be overemphasized. And now, if Soludo is able to speak to their conscience, having known about economics, if he can speak to their conscience, what will happen is this: they will suddenly rise. They will suddenly awaken from their sleep. And when they awaken from their sleep, what will happen is that within 1 year, 100 to 1,000 industry will be built in a state called Anambra State. I don't know if you get me. When they are waking from their sleep, 100 to 1,000 industry will be built in a state called Anambra State. So I don't know if the governor knows what he's trying to do. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't understand, but I'm trying to help him to explain to him what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do, if he does that, it means that he need to have a capacity where not just 100, 1,000 industry will be sited within a year, because he will have a busy schedule on his hand. He will not even have time anymore to go for marriage celebration and all those things. He will be working 24/7. So he will also need the aides, people that are with passion around him that will work 24/7. Because the revolution is basically coming. Economic and technological revolution is coming. Once he awaken the heart, Obi, Igbo, Obi Nigeria, the heart of Igbo land, Obi East, Obi Nigeria, the heart of Nigeria. That's Nnewi. Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber, the Odogus of Nnewi. So he mentioned about electricity. And when he said about electricity, what he want to do, I'm telling you, if he will accomplish just electricity, the Nnewi, many of the government in Nigeria has talked about it for almost over 60 years. They talked about it. They are not even know what they are talking. They're just talking about it. Governors talked about it. Anambra governors talked about it. But because they don't know what they are talking, they're just talking for the sake of having a press interview, that they end up even messing up the whole thing. So, but it seems Soludo is understanding this, because when he's talking, you can see he's talking, maybe he doesn't understand what he's saying. What will happen if what he said come to pass just in a year, within the 2024? If electricity alone is brought to Nnewi, which is not difficult to produce, to give Nnewi 24-hour electricity, it's not difficult. It's not a rocket science. Their abilities and the capabilities are there. What you needed there to generate electricity is there. There are abundant natural gas. There are a lot of rubbish that have covered most of the states, Anambra State, most of Nigeria, heaps of refuge everywhere that can easily pump, power Nnewi, power the industrial revolution that Nnewi will bring to the East and the Nigeria as a whole. So those refuge dump is all over. You can see pepper everywhere. You see sachet water every time in the street. No one is cleaning it. You can see the roads full of overweight weed, grasses everywhere. Nobody's cleaning it. So supposing if you take all those things and gather them and use it to produce electricity, that one alone will power the refuge dump will actually power Nnewi. I'm not even talking about natural gas. So, and many other things. There are a lot of areas that even damming some of those areas, there are flooding all over the place, erosion, most flooding causing erosion. If most of those erosion sites is turned into a big lake and dammed, think about what will happen to power Nnewi. And when there is 24-hour electricity in Nnewi, what will happen is that Nnewi will just blossom. So you don't need to tell the industrialists to come and site industry anymore, because the impetus is there, the infrastructure is there, and suddenly they will be begging you that how many industry do you want us to site in your state? I am called the Nnewi. Listening to this, I don't know if you are getting what we are trying to bring about, the wisdom and the knowledge we're trying to bring about to bear to anybody that is hearing this. Remember to subscribe to this. Remember to share this. I'm going to continue. Stay tuned. So we are discussing about the electricity, the 24-hour electricity. So with the decentralization or the evolution of power on electricity generation and distribution in Nigeria is a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation for any state that want to do something great. It's a win-win situation for Anambra State. It's a win-win situation for Nnewi. It's a great and a powerful departure from the mistakes of the past. Because the evolution of economic sectors help any economy to move away from imprisonment and stagnation in the economy. So once you devolve the economic sectors, the economy of any nation expand and expand and expand, and jobs will be created immediately. So now I'm going to continue discussing about Nnewi, the heart of economic, technological, industrial, and social revolution in Nigeria. The need to awaken the heart of Nigeria, the heart of the East. The need to reawaken the heart of Igbo land. The need to reawaken the heart of Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber. Reawaken them has to be done. So now I was talking about the electricity. So immediately electricity is brought into Nnewi. Most of the small scale industries in Nnewi, which run up to 20 to 30,000 in Nnewi alone, that fabricate everything you can think about. Everything you can think about. Most of the key components of machineries have been fabricated. A lot of things, and others will come in. And suddenly the whole place will be littered with jobs and jobs. I want to leak also one secret about Nnewi you don't know. Nnewi is one city or industrial city in Nigeria that All the industries, 100% of the industries in Nnewi are owned by Nigerians. All the industrial concern in Nnewi are owned by Nigerians. So there is no other city in Nigeria or any other place in Nigeria that all the industry are owned by indigenous Nigerians. That's a known fact. And nobody can challenge that. Only in the Nnewi you can find that. So that's why our discussion tonight is very, very important. Because this discussion will shake a lot of people, shake the people in authority, waking them from their slumber. They have slept enough. They have been daydreaming. They have been making noise all over the place. And it was shaking the people that have been shouting, being so much emotional and trying to be clannish or trying to try to trigger sectionalism and a lot of things without actually looking at the main thing, looking at restarting the engine, looking at restarting or reservicing the engine. When the engine of your car has issue, it need to do MOT. It need to go for turnaround maintenance. The vital parts that are worn out or have issue of wear and tear need to be changed. And it need to be rebalanced again and for it to be in top gear. And after that, you restart the engine and restart the engine. You start to fire the engine. As you fire the engine, the whole machinery or the whole motor start to respond and start moving and moving again. That's exactly what the people and the government would have done concerning the clarion call and over noise making and emotionalism. That's what they would have done concerning the Nnewi. So that's what they would have done. And by doing it, it would have completely changed the narrative. It would have completely changed the narrative. It would have completely changed the narrative. So by doing these things, it would have completely changed the narrative. It would have bring a total revitalization or reawakening of the whole land or the whole eastern region or the whole Nigeria. Even it will affect the politics of Nigeria because everything will turn around completely. So now, Soludo talked about when some of the Nnewi men of timber and caliber, men and women of timber and caliber, was complaining about his made in Nigerian products. Professor Chukwuma Soludo is leading a fight, which is the only governor that is leading that fight. He's so passionate. No one has done that before. The other ones were making noise, but they are not actually really passionate as what he's doing. When he was talking about the complaint of Nnewi people, I'm getting to the next stage of what we're discussing. You might not have known that we are moving on because we're going to continue discussing about this, but we want to move on so that this video is not too long, so that you can understand where we are going. He's talked about some of those Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber, the industrial giants and the Odogos, was saying about his policy of buying products made in Anambra State, made in Nigeria, instead of imported one. And they said, how about patronizing them, although that they are not based in the state, but they are still from the state? And he made one comment. he used the Cosmas Madoka, Kochali's group. Many of you might not know Kochali's group. Kochali's group is one of the biggest industrialists in Nigeria, not just in the East, but in Nigeria. It has a lot of firms that are giving thousands of people employment in Nigeria. I think Kochali's group employ even more people than some states in Nigeria. So he talked about that. He said he discussed with Kochali's group, look, that Nnewi is known for motor manufacturing. And motor, there are a lot of components of motor, but the engine is the main component of the any car or motor or vehicle. So meaning that they also have something to do with engine. So he said, look, we want you to come and site your own motor factory in Anambra State. And a lot of people there clapped, but they didn't understand what he was talking about and what he discussed with him. So remember, we're discussing about the need to reawaken the Nnewi men of timber, men and women of timber and caliber, the Odogus. So now, you see, he stretched his hand towards Kochalis. Kochalis didn't understand this. He doesn't understand this, that Akuluno, Amalo Onye Palia. Akuluno, Amalo Onye Palia. He might not understand it very well. He might not understand that Akuluno, Amalo Onye Palia. Na ebido n'ụlọ wee malụ mma wee pụwa n'ezi. Na ebido n'ụlọ wee malụ mma wee pụwa n'ezi. So he might not understand it totally. He might be saying it, but he has not understood it. And he might not understand what to have a hub of motor manufacturing in a place and where you have comparative advantage because of the many men and women of timber and caliber from Nnewi. So, sorry about the break. I am called the NYE. Remember to subscribe. So, we are discussing about the Kochalis. So he told Kochalis, I want to see your factory, your production line in Anambra State. That's a great move in awakening the sleeping giant, in reawakening the heart of the East, the heart of Nigeria, industrial and technological revolution and social revolution. So now, he has spoken to him. Remember, we have between 100 to 1,000 big industrialists scattered all over the world, not just Nigeria. I'm not even talking about the small industrialists, those small scales are thousands. They are all over the world, not just Nigeria. They are in China. They are many places of the world. They have moved far ahead of Nigeria. They are all over the place. You go to Ghana, they are there. You go to many countries. You go to Kenya, they are there. You go to India, they are everywhere. They are there. So now, they are spread in medical field, they are there. In educational sector, they have many of the schools. Even in Lagos, in many places. In hotel, they control most of these hotels, leisure centers. In film production, they are actually one of the main sponsors of film. And they have also the biggest cinema. So now, he stretched his hand, Governor Chukwuma Soludo stretched his hand and spoke to the heart. He spoke to the conscience of the Odogus from Nnewi. He said, look, get this thing back to the heart. We need to get the heart to start to work again, to to start to circulate the blood, circulate the economic emancipation, economic revolution, economic impartation. So that's exactly what he said. So now, supposing he fulfilled the first mantra of that electricity, and now suddenly Kochali's group get his motor company in Nnewi, and many others have their own in Nnewi, in Anambra State, in the east. And many others start to have their headquarters in Nnewi, in Anambra State, in the east. So you are talking about over 1,000 companies setting up in Anambra State. Remember, we are talking about in the other video that for Anambra State to move to a controlling or a higher level, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa, they have to be setting up 100 or more companies, medium to large scale companies, every month for the next 4 years. So if they do that, they will have roughly 4,000 something industries, medium to large scale industries. And this will change any place. If they are having between 200 to 300 or 500 workers, just do the math. You're talking about millions of people working, brought out from the pit of poverty and the low life and unemployment issue. So that's what we are discussing about. So meaning that for anything to work in the East or in Nigeria, the Nnewi, the soul of Nnewi, the heart of Nnewi has to come back again. Something must be done. Something must be done. And the key to it is electricity. 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 Before other things happen. Other things like roads can be secondary. But the key is electricity. 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 Because with the electricity, 24-hour electricity, there is guaranteed security. The production line will start to work and the products from that city will be very, very affordable. So that's the main thing. Many people talking about seaports, all those things, they are good, but the electricity there will change a lot of things. You can see that Innocent Group has been waxing strong. It's one of the best performing industries or local industry, indigenous companies in Nigeria. It has been growing at a speed that has never been seen before. But remember, it's spreading to African country. It's building a factory in Sierra Leone. The government of Sierra Leone came and begged, we want this factory in Sierra Leone. They offered everything, every incentive, finance, land, everything what Nigeria doesn't even offer. And many other countries. So this is what we need to do. But you need to share this video. This is just the beginning. This is just the part 1 of this discussion. The heart, Nnewi, the heart of any economic revival, economic, industrial, and technological, social revival or rejuvenation of the East or Nigeria as a whole. Nothing will happen without the heart functioning again. Without Nnewi, men and women of timber and caliber rising from their sleep. Rising from their sleep. Nnewi must rise from the sleep. Nnewi must be awakened. Awakening Nnewi, and you have economic, social, industrial, and technological greatness. Neglecting Nnewi, Nigeria continue to go down. Eastern Nigeria continue to go down. This Akolono mantra will not come to fruition. It will not. Or it will be delayed. It will not happen in a way that will bring a lot of change. So that's why we are discussing. Remember, we are discussing. This is just the part 1 of our discussion. I am Kodili-nye. Remember that you need to share this video to not less than 2,000 groups. And 1 million people need to hear about this. Share it to the government in the East, anywhere. Remember, the lowest we can demand from you is 1,000 subscribers for this video alone. Let this video go viral. Let this video, the heart of this nation or the East is in the Nnewi. Nnewi people, Nnewi men and women of timber and caliber. Something has to be done to reawaken them. Igwe Orizu reawakened them before, but the mistake was made that the government was not part of it. But this time around, Soludo has said that the mistake will not be repeated again. So, what you need to do is to share this video. Share this video. Immediately, the heart is reawakened. I'm telling you, something that we have not experienced in Nigeria, in Anibo, will start happening. The Eastern Tiger will arise. Nigeria will arise. I'm telling you. So, all other things people talking about will completely fade away. I'm telling you, the say insecurity, this, blah, 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 unemployment will completely fade away. People will be, what the governor was saying about destination, this is something of a prophetic word from Governor Chukwuma when he said, it shall be a livable and prosperous land. A land of the destination, not a departure. Not a departure hall. A departure hall. It will not be a departure hall anymore, but a land of destination where people will be going. Like people are going to Dubai. People are going to Japan. People are coming to UK in spite there's so much cold. People are going to Canada, running to Canada. It will be a land of destination. And think about that. The headquarters of these companies owned by these men and women of timber from Nnewi is brought back. I'm telling you, what you have not noticed in Nigeria is just a child play. And nobody will be chasing you anywhere anymore because they see what is happening in Nnewi. Once they see what is happening in Nnewi, you'll be respected. The Indians, the Chinese are respected. The Jews are respected anywhere they go because you go to their homeland, you see how their homeland is. You see how their homeland is. You can see what they are doing in their homeland. They have a lot of things in their homeland. So when they come to your home and you start to, you'll be begging them to remain because once they go, other investors will run away. Other investors will run away. So, kudos to Innocent Chumdiaso Chukwuma, the Innocent Group. This man is that heart. That heart, Nnewi, all Nnewi should, he represent that heart. You can see how he's moving. He's circulating the blood. He's circulating the economic opportunities. He's spreading it around. So now a lot of innocent are there in the Nnewi. They are spread all over Nigeria and the whole world. Now is the time those other innocent might be sleeping, but they are going to be awakened. So what we need to do now is to go and awaken them. Awaken all those innocent that are sleeping. They will immediately awaken. I'm telling you, they will not remember they have slept before. They will be in a haste to do what somebody that is waking in the morning is rushing to go to do to produce something or to do the day's activity. He will be fast in going, tidy up immediately and start putting on everything.